Okay guys, next step is to round off the corners about an inch of it. These just real light hammer taps. Just like that. That's all it takes. Okay guys, I pre-twisted the rod and I put a little hook on the back to catch the crotch of this device, just so we can form it into a circle. Now I know I'm going to catch hell for this for not putting it in the vise, but I don't have a good place to set up my tripod over by the vise, so I'm doing it here. And then just keep heating it up and bending it around the form. Okay guys, now I've already kind of fit this to my form here, so I know about where I need to cut it off at. So we just come in, cut that off, and then remember how we had to round this end off? Well, you're going to round this end off just a touch. Straighten this back out, put it back on my form, tap it closed, and we're good and true. Okay guys, for those of you that are watching my other video, I'm not sure which one I'm going to post first, but on the bolt jaw tongs, my battery died. I was trying to do this all in one long continuous shot and kind of fouled it up. Battery died on me, and I didn't realize it. Fire bit. So basically, the way I finished this though, to get this ring where I've got it, is I used this device, I threw the ring back there, and then this will slide back over it. Okay? Then you can take your tongs and hold on and just tap it round. Find the first high spot from the opening of the ring and just tap it around as you go. Just try to get the whole ring hot and it'll work out a lot better. Plus it'll allow you to kind of close this end off here. That's why the slit's cut here in this piece of pipe. I just took a measurement on my anvil, found out how big around the horn was, so I knew this piece of pipe will slide right over. Then I drilled a hole and just welded this on and bent it back so it's kind of got a little safety catch there. I can hold it here and actually bend. I can put pressure down on the anvil and bend around if I need to. Okay guys, sorry here. The battery died on my camera and I had to reshoot this, and the audio for this didn't come through real well. What I'm doing here is taking the piece of flat bar and beating it over my hot cutter to form a slit. You guys have seen me do this before on forks and stuff. That slit will then get, each end of the slit will then get tapered down just like the tine of a fork would be. Right here I'm just dressing straight down, just kind of dressing up that cut a little bit to hide the taper value on it. But from there, like I said, I go ahead and taper both those ends down to sharp points, and then I'll curl them over the end of the anvil, kind of like ram's horns or something. And that's all I'm doing right there. Once again guys, I apologize about not being able to shoot this all at once like I normally would. Here I've got, you can see up in the video there on the head of the anvil, I've actually got those horns turned around. Now here I'm just bending it over at a 90-degree angle. Just making sure to kind of dress it up flat a little bit. Okay guys, I got my second heat. Now I'm just using a pair of tongs to bend that back over onto itself. Once you get it bent over onto itself, it forms a socket. Don't close it off completely, so you can place your ring in there to make sure everything fits up. I normally throw the ring over the tail of the anvil just to kind of as a hold stop, and then I'll tap this down using the cross peen on the hammer and close up that hole a little bit. Now just be careful though while you're working with this, while it's hot, that you don't close it up too much so your ring's too tight in there and you can't actually maneuver it around. You want that ring to be free flowing so it'll move around in any direction you want. Okay guys, here's the finished ring. This is the material I went with. This is like I think it's like a 1 1/4 inch wide strap. The only thing that's really left on this would be to punch a hole or two in it so you can attach it to a door or a wall. Now, I know I'd originally said this was like a towel holder type device, and you can see that ring moves freely. But you could also take, and if you've got access to a welder, it's real simple to go right up here, and you would tack weld a piece of 3/8 rod coming straight up like a T there for a little stud, and then you just take a piece of plate about yay big and tack that to the door where this is going to hit. So this would go on first, you'd have each corner tacked, and then you have it so this will hit that corner, and there's a door knocker. So the one piece actually can serve multiple functions. Now normally what I'll do on the end to kind of finish this up is, if I need to, I'll close this ring off a little bit cold so I can do it much slower and more carefully. But you can see how the back end of it finishes off. You don't have to do much to it. Just make sure it lines up side to side. And so long as you haven't malformed this any, it'll line up perfectly there. And you're pretty much done. That's the end of the project, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Kovachi Ironworks. Thanks for your views and support, and hope to see you again real soon.